everyone, so I came across this really cool rotating disc animation on Pinterest one day and I thought why not recreate this on Framer. So that's what we are going to do today. Selecting the desktop screen, I'm going to make it black in color and I'm also going to turn the layout on to turn this into a stack. Inside of this, I'm going to create a frame and let's just give this a width fill and height, I'm going to make it 100% viewport. Also, let's just get rid of the fill here. Now, we saw that rotating disk, right? Let's just start creating that disk from scratch on Framer. So I've created a frame here and I'm going to make it equal in width and height and I'm going to keep it 400 pixels and I'm duplicating this frame. So I need 4 frames to create 4 quarters. So I just duplicated that too and it just duplicated on the other side of the screen. So I'm just weighing it here. Now, this is our first step to put the frames together like this. And I'm going to select the first frame here. And I'll bring the top left corner radius all the way up to 1000. For the second frame, I'm going to adjust the top right corner radius. For this one, I'm going to adjust the bottom right corner radius. And for the fourth one, the final one that we have, I'm going to adjust the bottom left corner radius and bring it all the way up to 1000. And there we have our base ready. Now let's give each of these frames a name. I'm going to call the first frame as image container 1, the second as image container 2, and the third as image container 3, and the fourth as image container 4. So let's just quickly update that. And once done, I'm going to select all these frames that we have and put them in a different frame. So now because there's a fill here, it looks like that. So I'm going to get rid of the fill. And let us rename this parent frame to images. Now, inside of each of these image containers, let's just start adding our images by creating another frame. Now, this is our image frame where we'll add the image. Selecting this frame, going to fill, I'm going to choose the image that I want to add and I'm going to upload the image from here. We're going to ensure that it takes up the entire space inside and I'm going to position it as well, just like that. And now we're going to repeat the process for all the remaining quarters that we have. Just place the image and resize it. So if you haven't guessed by now, I'm doing a rotating disc around the kind of Christmas movies I like. Since Christmas is around the corner, so I wanted to just, use that as a theme to make this animation. So we have a bunch of different movies around the Christmas theme there. And once that is done, I'm going to select the main frame and rotate it by 45 degrees, minus 45 degrees right here. So let's just go to rotate and set that to minus 45. So we have the arrangement like this. Now when you rotate it, you'd see that the images are sort of rotated as well. So you can just quickly ensure that the images are straight. So I'm going to go to transforms, rotate, and in here we'll do plus 45 degrees. So like that, our images will be, straight. So yeah. Let's just quickly do that and we'll have to adjust the sizing as well once that is done. So the disk will rotate like that and eventually we'll have to rotate all these images inside. But first, let's just select this disk that we have. And because this frame is rotated, I'm going to create another frame, another parent frame. So let's just right click and add frame here so that that is straight. And inside of this, we have this rotated images frame. So now, let's just rename this to image container and I'm going to turn this into a component. So right click or shift command K to create the component and let's just call it the disk. Now inside of the component screen only, I'm going to create another frame here, make it all rounded. It's going to be a circle and let's just give it a black color. I'm going to take this frame and place it right in the center of this disk that we just created. To ensure that it is in the center of the frame, all you have to do is go to the layers panel, select the frame and place it right under variant 1. So now I'm going to resize it and make it smaller. You can just align it to the center just like that. Now make sure this frame is straight and not rotated. So I'm just going to bring it back to 0 in case it is got rotated for you as well. Just bring it back to 0. Because we'll add text inside this frame, if we don't bring it back to 0, the text is going to be rotated. So ensure it's set to 0 degree rotation. And now I'm going to add the text. So I'm going to go with my top Christmas pics and just place it right there and adjust the font size, color and everything. So that's what we're going to do here. And under that, I'm going to add the name of the movie. So in this case, it's going to be Frozen. So I'm going to write Frozen right here. adjust the font size, add a little gradient, and do things like that till the time I get what I want to create here. I'm going to speed this process up because this is just formatting the text. And next, I'm going to select all these images that are not in focus and reduce the opacity. Let's just bring this down to 0.5. That is 50% opacity. And once that is done, I'm also going to change the background color of this image container. So let's just select these image containers here and change the background to black. So it gives dimmed light sort of an effect, like the lights are turned off and that's why these are dark. Next, I'm going to select this images frame from the layers panel and rotate the disk just like that by 45 degrees, which brings us to our second picture. This looks straight only, so we don't have a problem here. I'm going to rotate this again. And now this third image that you see will have to change the direction here. So let's just go to the images layer, select the image in here and rotate and adjust the position just like that and resize it properly. I'm just going to fast track this process as well, and we're going to repeat the process for the fourth image as well. So we're going to rotate the disk again and update the rotation and size of the image just like that. Once done, we'll have something like this. So now when you select the images frame and rotate it, you'll see how every time you like the images are right the position even when you're on a different rotation value. Now we're going to create the variant 2. So I'm going to select variant 1, click on this add variant button, which will create the variant 2. Now inside of variant 2, we'll select this images layer and bring our focus to the next image in the disk, which is this one. So I'm going to rotate it by 45 degrees just like that. And we're going to update a few settings here, just like bringing up the opacity for this one because this is in focus now. So selecting the image here and bringing up the opacity value all the way up to 1. And for this one, we're going to reduce it back to 0.5. And then here we have to update the color of the image container too. So let's just make it black. So we'll also have to update the name of the movie that it is. Just like that. And we are going to adjust the padding and everything, ensuring everything is in line. And once done, we're going to repeat this process of creating the new variant, rotating the disk and adjusting the padding, the name of the movie and everything, and the correcting the focus by updating the opacity, things like that. And once that is done, once you have done it for all the 4 images that we have in here, you will end up with something like this. And now let's create the 2 arrow keys that will help us rotate the disk. So I'm going to create a frame here, make it a circle, and let's just make it white in color and also reduce the opacity slightly. So here we have it. I'm going to duplicate it and resize it using the cursor. And next I'm going to insert the icons in here. So I'm going to go to insert icons and I'm going to go with hero icons. In here I'm going to search for arrow right and arrow left, which you'll see here. Just place it inside. I'm going to change the color to black. Similarly, I'm going to place one here as well. And this time I'm going to select arrow right instead of arrow left. So there we go. And we have created the 2 buttons. Now I'm going to place it inside my primary variant. And once I do that, it will automatically reflect across all the variants. Now it's time for us to add the interaction. So when you see this lightning icon right here, all you have to do is take that arrow and connect it to the variant 2. Here I'm going to select the left arrow and connect it to variant 1 because I want when the user connects on the left arrow here, they go to variant 1. Again here from variant 2 to we go to variant 3 and the left arrow will take us from variant 3 to variant 2. So the interaction is on click, always notice that. And just like that, we have connected all the variants here. Now I'm switching to framer.supply and copying the particles element from here and I'm going to paste it on my framer file. Now if you see, I've already placed my rotating disk element in the similar manner as we had in the reference, half cut. And I'm placing my particles element here and pinning it to all the sides by keeping it 0. I'm also reducing the background opacity to 0 and adjusting a few other properties here. The idea here is to create a snowfall sort of an effect because that goes very well with the overall theme that we are creating. So I'm going to update things like the size. I want that to be in a range so that it gives a more natural sort of a feeling. We can do the movement random, direction random, and yeah, all of these settings. And yeah, once done, you can play and enjoy the effects. So let's just do that now. And there we go. I'm just adjusting the height here slightly, just so we only focus on the rotating disc that we just made. And yeah, looks great to me. However, I want to adjust a few things here. So I'm going back to the component and selecting the title. I'm going to effects because I want to add an appear effect here. And let's just say, yeah, the appear effect. Trigger will be on appear. Preset can be fade in. And we can adjust the enter effect, but I'm going to let that be as it is. So let's just go back here and have a look. So the appear effect definitely looks great, but I don't like how this text is sliding in every time we change the picture or rotate the disk. So how to fix that? So there's a quick hack. All you have to do is just copy this element from here and delete it. And again, inside of the variant 2, just paste it back, just like that. And now you will see it works perfectly fine. So there we go. And now we have that similar if appear effect for the second title as well. Again, we're going to repeat the process for the other two variants. Just copy the text and paste it back inside, just like that. So I'll just quickly do that. And also notice how I've aligned the text towards the bottom because that's how we're positioning the disk on our homepage. So this looks all sorted now. However, I want to bring more focus to the selected image here. So I'm going to reduce the opacity even further. Let's just bring it down to maybe 0.3. And that's it. We are done. Let's just go back to our homepage and enjoy the effect that we just created. Don't you think this will look awesome on the section on your website? The super fun rotating this carousel definitely will add a lot of interest to your website, I guarantee. And you can create more sections to it. You can have the disk divided into 8 parts and add more, images in there or whatever you want. You can really just play around. Now, if you want to add another section, all you have to do is just add another section right under that frame, and you can adjust the design as you like. So there we go. We have a rotating disk animation that we saw on Pinterest recreated on Framer. I hope you liked this tutorial and you learned something new today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.